What's going on, everybody? I've got a quick one for you here, but I just wanted to go over Bngo stock. It had a dramatic sell-off here over the last couple of days, as did a lot of the general market. And I also wanted to go over some recent news here that just happened regarding China. Now, first off, this news, and I will leave it down below for you so you can look over it yourself. But Bngo announces China NMPA, or National Medical Products Administration, approval for DNA extraction and labeling products for IVD use in hematologic malignancies. And Bionano's OEM partner, Beijing Genome Precision Technology, BGPT for short, obtained Regent Class 1 registration and approval for DNA isolation and labeling kits from China's NMPA, or like I said, the National Medical Products Administration. Regents can be utilized for in vitro diagnostic use in hematologic malignancies in China. And with this NMPA registration, BGPT, which is one of their partners here, can sell optical genome mapping, or OGM reagents, to independent clinical laboratories, or ICLs, while it seeks approval for Bionano's Sapphire system. Now, the NMPA issued 3 approvals to BGPT, 2 for Bionano's Direct Label and Strain, or DLS, DNA labeling kits, and 1 for Bionano's Bone Marrow Aspirate DNA isolation kit. The NMPA registrations for Bionano's products enable these reagents to be used for in vitro diagnostics in China. Eventually, they're expected to help sales and placements for both Bionano's instruments and reagents in China. So this currently looks like it's just for the reagents, which is basically what you would use for Bionano's actual OGM. So the PhD, President and Chief Executive Officer of BGPT, says, as a molecular diagnostic product company focused on blood tumors, we are very happy to establish a cooperative relationship with Bionano and to jointly explore the blood tumor market. Obtaining the NMPA Class 1 certificate is only a starting point. And as said by Bionano's own CEO Eric Homlin, we are really excited to see our OEM partner BGPT receive NMPA approval for our reagents, which can help make optical genome mapping available in China. We look forward to seeing continued progress in the Chinese market. So what do you guys feel about this news regarding China? It is nice that their reagents are now available through this company. However, we're kind of still waiting on their OGM, but we could likely see approval for that very soon as well. And next up, I wanted to show you guys the chart on Bngo before I sign off here. Now, as I've shown you before, we did have this broadening pattern here on Bngo. Once we broke it, we got caught by the 200 EMA. It bounced off of it, found resistance right here. I'll probably zoom in here on editing and show you guys. And then once we finally broke out of it, we broke out strong, but it was quickly caught with buyers. Likely also the market at that time was starting to fall and it just couldn't hold up. And on the second break of this pattern, we just started tanking. And on the way down, it found resistance on the 50 EMA, broke out of the 50 EMA and found resistance on the 100 EMA. And since then has been just continuing to find resistance on the 50. It's dropping pretty hard here. Now, I did want to show you one final level of support that's going to be very important. And yes, you guessed it, it's the May 11 low. This roughly 118 area is going to be an important level of support for Bngo. And if it drops that, then of course the psychological $1. Now, if you have long-term high conviction in Bngo, you likely already know what to do. But if you're looking for a short-term swing or a short-term entry point, I would personally wait and kind of see where we level out at. And I would also want to see a break out of the 100 EMA, since this is the last one that we found resistance at besides the 50. But if we can break out of the 50 and break out of the 100, you might have a swing at least to the 200, or might have a swing maybe towards $2 or something. That's just what I'm seeing on the chart. However, it's definitely very bearish. It is under all 3 EMAs. And if the May 11 low breaks, that's definitely not a good sign. Now, on the shorter term time frames, we are kind of bouncing off of the oversold mark on the RSI. And on the daily, we are just hovering at that oversold level. And one thing to consider here is earnings is right around the corner. And I would expect definitely some uncertainty as we come up to earnings. But we definitely have a lot of fear here in this chart, and there's been a lot of fear in the overall market over this last week. Our PCE came out unsatisfactory, and the market is suspecting that the Fed's gonna have to raise some more rates. And while the stock market might be rough for a while, you know, eventually things do get better. But let me know what you've been doing lately with all this fear in the market. Are you taking advantage of some of these deals? Are you holding off? Let me know down below, guys. Thanks as always, and have a good rest of your day.